Anywhere you go, give it all.
What's good, fam? Man, we got another load, and gotta go get this money, baby. But the problem we have right now is we like a mile or two away, and I'm sitting in traffic. There's nothing worse than being held up from going to get the bag. But don't worry, your boy's still going to get the bag. Matter of fact, I'm almost there, as you know. And when I get there and get loaded, I'm going to tell you where we're about to go. But give me just a second, baby. I got to get through this traffic. And once I do that, it's on and popping. I'll tap back in with you in just a second. Right there. Yep. Thank you, sir. Man, fam, you talk about a wait. But we loaded. Man, I've been here a little over 2 hours waiting on this load. But hey, I probably needed to wait because you know how my mind worked. I was sitting here waiting and held up a little bit because you know our boy, God was clearing something up ahead so I wouldn't run into it. That's how my mind works. That's how I believe he works for me. It's something that he didn't want me to run into it. But hey, he got me covered because now we loaded. And we about to get up out of here. We're in Conroe, Texas. Right on the outskirts of Houston. Don't worry. I know everybody be trying to say what's part of Houston, what ain't. Conroe is right outside of Houston. And we finna head to Valiant, Oklahoma. 294 miles. That's what it say right now on the GPS. But hey, we finna go knock it out, baby. But don't worry. I'm gonna pick you up while we rolling and all that because I want to answer a question that been on my mind that I saw in the comments. No, this wasn't the comments. Somebody DM me. And I'm gonna answer that DM once we get to rolling. But let me go ahead and get up out of here because it says 294 miles, a little over 5 hours. Your boy got to get there and drop this thing out. Now, it sucks because of the 2 hour wait. I might not get nothing coming back because by the time I drop it off, everything going to be closing that's close by. But I'll explain all that when we get to going, once we get it dropped off. And I'm going to tap in and talk to you about, what the comment that was in the DM said. But give me a minute, man. Let me get up out of this place, get out of the traffic, get on the road, and I'll tap back in with you. We made it, fam. Let me find out where exactly I gotta go and I'll pick you right back up.
93% pure. No pure gases.
Some serious stuff.
Not a rail car, like. I never got hurt unlike some other people, but I was not real careful.
Hey, that's the blessing about it. All right, fam. Just like that, we are done. We finito. Man, I always tell you, make sure you have the proper supplies, especially that PPE in the van with you. Because, man, the broker didn't say nothing about none of this. And then I got there, and the young lady said, hey, do you have a hard hat, high-vis vest, the safety goggles? I'm like, yes, ma'am. But he didn't have none of that in the paperwork. So I would have been out of luck when I pulled in. If I didn't have this stuff, man, you gotta have your PPE on you at all times. But man, that load is done. And that's why I do this, because it's too easy. Like I told you, I had somebody in the DM hit me up like, what got you into this? What made you want to do it? I'm good with that. It was probably one of the new family members that joined, so they probably hadn't got to the other videos. But hey, I was like, let me explain why I'm doing this versus a regular 9 to 5. So if you don't know by now, fam, new fam, you finna learn. I'm retired. And so right before I was retired, you know, I had job offers and everything. Some good ones too, those 6-figure ones. And I'm like, right when you're retiring, your mind ain't saying like, let's go right back to work. So I was like, nah, I need to take a year off or something like that. So I took my time off. And then right before I retired, I had a friend that was like, he's a speaker, and he was like, man, I watch you teach courses and speak to the troops and everything. Like, everybody listens. You're so motivational. He's like, man, you should become a speaker. So then that time off, I was like, let me give it after retirement, I'm like, let me give it a dab. I did it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Got to travel the world, all in Africa and all that stuff, and speaking. And then I got back to America. I'm like, hey, let me start doing here. I started trying to volunteer at school. I'm talking about sending emails to schools and going by schools because I like helping people, especially the youth. But even the schools, it was like pulling teeth trying to like be able to mentor students and talk to students and sit with them. I'm like, it should not be this hard, especially like background, retired military, all that. I'm thinking like, this should be no problem. I had the footage from speaking other places. And do you know they were like, no, we don't need that. And I'm like, as you see now as we go through this world, it looks like we do need it because some of these students could look like they need a little help. Teachers need a little help. I love helping. But anyway, I divest. And so it got me to doing other things, writing books and all that. But I was like, it got to a point I'm like, let me just see if I can go back to work. So I started filling out applications. But nobody was calling back. I'm talking about I did it all. Indeed, all that. I'm thinking, shouldn't be that hard. 20 years shows I'm committed. I'm loyal to a company to a fault. Work ethic, all that. I got all the paperwork, all this, the degrees, the certifications, and nobody was calling back. And so I started doing the follow-up calls like you should do. And I got, you know me and God, numbers are big to me. I had a 3-strike thing. The first one, the person flat out, they were wanting me to offer this, like, we can't hire you. I'm like, is everything okay with my paperwork? All that's good? They literally told me on the phone, the recruiter person, we can't hire you because, Mr. Graham, we cannot afford to even pay you what you're worth. I'm looking like, I just want to get in the door, because in my mind, if I get in the door, I'm going to kill it and they're going to see the work ethic, and then I'll worry about the money later, get the raises and stuff. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, I might come in at 60, 70, 80,000. Man, they say, nah, we can only afford 30 for this position. I say, well, I'm not going to work just for nothing. Not when you got all these degrees and background. I'm like, well, whatever. And so then the second one happened. This gentleman flat out told me, oh, no, we can't hire you because our supervisor said that we couldn't hire you. And I'm like, wow, is there a reason? Like, do you know why or anything like that? He said, frankly, to be honest with you, like, you're qualified to be the supervisor. And this position is below the supervisor, so we can't give it to you. And in my mind, I'm like, I know how this works. I played this game in the military. Most likely, that supervisor had and this is my own personal opinion, was probably like, they're trying to take my job. So I was like, oh, well, that's the second one. The third one, a nice young lady. It was funny because she just laughed at me. And I'm like, what's so funny, man? She said, all these degrees are correct, right? Yep. Certifications, right? Yep. She was like, I got to be honest with you. It's not even going to make it past me. And I'm like, why? She said, and she laughed at me when she said it. She said, Mr. Graham, you're more qualified than the CEO. Based on your background experience and how long you've been doing the job in the military and all the other stuff, not only have you done this job longer than the CEO, you have more certifications than the CEO. You have more education than the CEO. You have led more people than the CEO has in his entire company. Because, military, you lead troops, like hundreds of thousands at a time. Company was only made up of like 200-300 people. I'm like, well, that was the third strike. I said, that's it. I'm not worried about it. I'm not even going back to work. And then I started thinking, God has positioned me and my family in a situation where we always talk about generational wealth and, insurance policies, make sure you got stuff lined up for the kids. I was like, if this is hard for me, and I started seeing on different social media platforms, people complaining about how they couldn't get a job. And then it dawned on me. I was talking it over with the wife, and it's like, why not create a job? So this is where we came. I had done the research, find something that I enjoy doing, because if I'm gonna do it, I gotta enjoy it, and something that if the kids want to do it, they can do it. Not too strenuous, quick money, build on that money and keep expanding. You can hire and help people that way. And then I figured out when my wife said, do YouTube, because you can still help people that way. Just give them the knowledge that you learn as you learn it. So I was like, babe, that's a great idea. That's why we're here now talking to each other. So that's how we got started in this company, building this company, so I can leave something, me and my wife, the legacy for our kids. If they want to do it, if not, it's still there. If they don't, shelve it, sell it. It's on them, but the opportunity will be there. And I feel like that's what we're doing now as we talk, because now you get to learn how to build the opportunity with us for your family and help take care of your family, and that's why we're all here. But man, that was a quick rundown. I didn't want to talk your head off, but that's why we're doing this. That's why we're not at a 9-to-5. They didn't want to let us in a 9-to-5, so we're going to create our own 24/7. Reason I say 24/7, because if you're new here, you don't know, we ride in the night, the day, all day. It don't matter. We ride how we ride. That's why we love this game, and it's so much fun. We enjoy it. But no, this route is finished, man, and I can't stay here too long, because as you know, I told you already, that late start messed up everything. Because if I would have got here around 12:30, 1 o'clock like I was supposed to, I could have shot over to Dallas, picked up a load, because as of right now, Dallas is the closest major city to me. There's nothing on the board for nowhere else but Dallas. I already checked. So I'm not finna sit here. You know me. I like driving. I enjoy this. I get to think and let out thoughts. So I'm headed back to the house. So yeah, baby, this is done. But I know why you still sitting here. You want to know how much we made to drive 294 miles from Conroe, Texas to Oklahoma. Well, 294 miles. They paid your boy $1.70. Yep. $500. $500 to come to 294 miles. And to me, it's worth it. Hey, if it's worth it to you, now you know how we did it, how we got here. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Hey, either way it go, I appreciate you for riding with your boy. All the new fam, go ahead. I said you, new fam. You watching it, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and join the fam. All of y'all, go ahead and hit the like button, share button. Share it with somebody else, because somebody out there might not want to work their 9-to-5, or they can't get in the door to 9-to-5 and looking for ways that they can start a business too. Matter of fact, I might touch on that in the next video, what we did to start the business, how we running it, because it might help you with your idea. But that's a whole nother video. Probably talk about that next time. But yeah, and I want everybody to hit the notification bell so you know when there is a next time. Because you never know what BG going, baby. I'm going to pop up, go get a bag any day of the week. All I know is you got to hit the notification bell to know when that day is. But yeah, fam, I appreciate the ride. I'm about to go ahead and skedaddle up out of here. I already got gas. We gonna head back to the house. We got more than enough. Yes, this round trip only took me one fill up of gas because I still had a little gas. But anyway, yes, it's time to head back to the house, man. And while I'm headed to the house, I hope you out there looking and thinking of ways to go get your bag. Because I want you to keep getting all the bags, just like we over here getting the bag. But anyway, I'm not going to hold you up because I got to hit this road, man. I ain't trying to be out here all night long. But yeah, as always, fam, until the next video, y'all stay blessed.
Anywhere you go.